Welcome to a not so scary Friday the 13th. Scott Riley, the market update desk, NMLS 1575524 with Mortgage One. We had a very good morning and afternoon. That's why it's not a scary Friday the 13th. We had the January CPI or Consumer Price Index released this morning. It was delayed a week. The report was cooler than expected. Headline CPI was up 0.2%. In fact, the non-rounded number was actually 0.17. So we were really close to actually getting a 1% month over month CPI reading. Year over year tumbled from 2.7 to 2.4. That is great news. Core inflation rose 0.3%, which matched the market expectations. One of the reasons it was actually not lower, Airfare was the outlier on this reporting period, and that was a 6.5% rise, and that really truly kept us from showing a 2% core month over month reading. Now, year over year fell 0.1 from 2.6 to 2.5. When we look at all those components, we're getting this benefit finally, consistently, from shelter costs. That lowered year over year from 3.2% to 3%. So that also the subcomponents of that, the owner's equivalent, rent, and lodging away from home continue to benefit us and flow up to the total shelter cost. That is fantastic news. It just tells us as we keep going forward, we're going to get probably equal or better than expected numbers from this inflation information because of this huge lag time that we had within shelter costs. Another thing that helped stunt the better than expected jobs report yesterday was the 30-year bond auction we had at 2 o'clock yesterday. Came in very strong and the market rallied around that. So we clawed back a lot of our losses. And today we just keep moving forward. In fact, when we look at the 10-year treasury, we've dropped to 4.057. 4.5 is an important number because that was a resistance level. If we can hold and close at or below the 4.05 level, we have the next trajectory potentially to 4% and then maybe sub 4%. That's going to give us a lot of juice and help on mortgage rates. We've gotten a little bit of benefit today, but if we can keep this moving down, we're going to definitely be consistently on mortgage programs, probably sub 6. And that's fantastic news for people looking to refinance and people to have a more affordable house payment. When we look at stocks today, we're showing the Dow, Nasdaq, and S&P are all up across the board. It's a very strong day. A couple of the headline ones were Roku had better than expected earnings on both top and bottom line, and that stock is up 6%. Instacart had a blowout on their earnings to the positive, and that stock's up 14%. So having positive day both in stocks and equities. So that's great news. We're very busy running numbers, getting people pre-approved. Give us a call this weekend. We are on call. Looks like it's going to be a beautiful weekend. That means there's going to be a lot of people potentially looking at houses. If you're waiting, you're going to be behind the curve, and it's going to be an uphill battle to get offers accepted because we're going to have a tight inventory market that's not going to change. Give us a call. We'll go through these and look at what programs could work best for you. 616-293-2189. The Market Update Desk, your original singular market news source for West Michigan. Enjoy the afternoon, everybody.